So let us quickly click on this. It's going to create a new sheet for us. Then let's name the sheet. What am I doing? No, I'm in different way. Create it dash BOARD. Please don't leave any space. If you leave space, it's going to affect us. Okay, don't leave any space. Now change the color. I've taught you how to change tab colors, right? So if you want to change the tab color, you just have to go to color. Then when you go to color, you give it, I want this to be red. Okay, so I just want you to do this for us. Then now when you go here, you can have this color. Sure. So let us now go back to there, Legon Hall, and right click on this, go to link, place in this document. Then now you can see your dashboard. You do this. Once you are done, click on this. It takes you to what? The dashboard. So we have not done anything on the dashboard yet, but we are going to make progress very soon. So before we move on, I just want us to go and link all these ones. So let me put this up here. Right click, choose link, place in this document. Then we are taking this sheet we are taking all of them to dashboard. So don't forget. Go to Saba Hall, right click, you link it, you go to dashboard. That's all. Go to Commonwealth. When you get there, you right click, you link, you choose dashboard, and that is all. Go to this Volta Hall, right click, you choose link, you choose dashboard, and that is all. So what it means is all of them are going to take you to what? Sorry, all of them will take you to the dashboard. All of them will take you to the dashboard. And that is what we want to do. We are not going to touch the dashboard now, but we are going to do it later. That is going to be the last thing we are going to work on. Don't forget what I told you. Now, we are done with this. We are now going to this particular sheet. So here, if I click on anywhere, I am seeing a validation. Enter student ID. If I enter the student ID, let's say 6 characters, it is going to, okay, let me try and enter small. They're telling me that the ID must be what? 8 characters. And as you know, our student ID takes only 8 numbers. When you go here, gender, if I type any name, it's not going to work. They're asking me to choose again. But here, good, I have the gender here that I can choose, male or female. Not only this levels are also there for you that you can see. The levels are here that you choose from. When you go to the blocks are also there, main block, annex A, annex B, annex D. All the things are there for you to choose. So the contact has been validated. And your date of birth too, you are supposed to enter. So almost every field has been validated. That is what you are going to do right now in this tutorial. So I just want you to pay close attention to it as we take it one after the other. So without wasting time, let's quickly do the student ID. So we are going to take from here, that is 14, right? Let's take it to, let's end all of them at 100, okay? So we are ending all of them at 100. So when you get to 100, you end it. You go to your data tab. Then on data tab, there is something called data validation. Just click on data validation. Immediately you click on data validation, they're asking you what do you want to do. I just want text length, right? Because my number is exactly what? 8. So I say equal to, then I enter the text. So 8. So this is the message. This is what is going to do. But what is the user supposed to see? The user must see enter ID. So you are going to tell the user to what? Enter ID. Then let's just add something like correctly or something. Correctly. Then the error message, what do you want the user to see? So we can say invalid. If it is not correct, we tell the user invalid message. Then we tell the user ID must have 8 characters or something. Okay, no, 8 numbers. 8 numbers, right? So let's just take it like this. When you are done, you see enter ID correctly, that thing is there. So this one has been done. You can't enter any ID number less than 8, and the system is going to allow you to just go scot-free. So this is the first one that we just finished with it. So in the next one, you are going to talk about gender. So now that you are done with the gender, there's another validation in the level and block. Yes, so we have this. When you go to this level, I think I've done this already, but let me take you through it. Select all the level, the one you want to validate it. Okay, if you have validation, they will ask you, then you tell them you don't want. So here, let me clear everything. Okay, sure. When you come here, we want to pick the level from Excel sheet. So put the cursor and the source. Now, whilst the cursor is in the source, go and choose this variables, then select the level you want. See, immediately you select it, automatically pick them for you. Now you go into your input message and put a method. So choose, then you tell your level. Then if it is invalid, you tell them to choose again. Now you are done. Now, the same way for the blocks, you can go there and choose up to what you want. So, once you get there, I did this before showing you this, so I have to just clear it. Let me go here. Okay, there is a way to clear all the format. Okay, let me clear everything. Sure, let me clear everything. Okay, so this time there's no validation. Select it, go to the data validation, you choose a list. Whilst the cursor rests in the source, you quickly have to go to the variables, select, this time I think we need blocks. What are you validating? I've forgotten what I'm validating. I need the blocks. So I go to here, list. Now here I choose the variables and I go to the blocks. These are all my blocks. Select everything. It's going to select for you. You go here, then you tell them what do they want. So you say maybe select. You tell them that select your block, right? Then you can put some of the message here. Make sure these two are filled. What if there is an error? Sure. So you tell them invalid. Then you can tell them to choose what again. Is that the case? Now you are done. Whilst if you select any of the cells, you are going to see select your block. If they enter anything that is not there, they will see invalid, choose again. So that is basically what they are going to see. Let us try to validate this this contact. Select as I have told you. You go here, you choose no, this one we don't need the drop down. We just want to pick the contact. So you go to the contact. Do you have specific length? Yes. If you are working in Excel and you need the normal Ghana number, that is 10 characters, Excel automatically discard the first 0. So you can make it 9. Okay. But in a case where you have foreign students among you, foreign students can have like 16 digit numbers and stuff. So I always suggest you don't choose. There is one here that's equal to, if you are working with only Ghanaians, you can choose 9. If you choose 9, it's going to give you only the 9 digit number. That is, it will discard 0. But you choose between. So let me choose between rather. Then I choose 9 and 16. This is going to accept anything here. I can tell them that maybe enter contact. Then I can tell them maybe correctly or something. Then what if there is an error? So you tell them that, oh, there is an error, so invalid. So enter again or something. Now that you are done, you are good to go. You can repeat this for the date. You can basically select here, data validation, yes. Then when you get to this side, you choose date, and that is all. You can give them a start date, let's say 1960 something. Then the end date is this, because nobody will be born in 2000 and what 2022. So basically that is all that you have to do. I think there's an invalid date. Okay, I didn't finish this. Good. So this, and that is. So let's try the data again. It was giving me some error. So I told you choose between. So what should be the start date? So let's say 1970. Then let's choose the end as this 2022. Then tell them that a message, maybe enter date. Then let's say correctly as we normally do. Then give them an invalid or error message. Then tell them that, oh, enter again or something. Now you are good to go. So this is basically what you are going to do. The contact, the parents will enter their name, and the contact I showed you is the same thing. You go and choose, validate this to a text length between what 9 and 16, not 90. 9 and what 16. That's all. So basically this is that for what we wanted to do today. So once you are done with this, I think we are done with all what we need to do in the validation and everything. So the next one is going to be our formulas, the formula part of this whole process. That is going to be so interesting. So what you have to do is just copy this, make a copy. So we say we want to put it after variables. Create a copy, right click, make a copy. I want you to copy it, let's say 5 times. I just want you to copy it 5 times. So 1, 2, 3, copy it 5 times, copy it 5 times. I want you to do this, copy them 5 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It's left with 1, right? So make a copy, copy it 5 times. Now change the names. I just want you to change their names. This is Legon. Let's give this Saba. Let's give this Equafo. Let's give this Water. Let's give this Commonwealth, right? So now that you are done, put this variable here, and basically that is all. So what you have to do is to just change their names. So if you go and it's Legon Hall, you change it to what? Commonwealth, and I hope you'll be able to do this. So that is that for it. Let's quickly go start designing the cards and things like that. But hey, before we move on, I have one thing for you to do. There is a button that has to be there. Where is the button? Where is the button? Where is the button? So the truth is, when you are working with Excel, sometimes it can be funny. What am I saying? So it's not anything, okay? It's not anything. It has opened a new sheet and I'm struggling with that. This, I've not done anything on it, so that's it. Okay, so we've not spoiled anything there yet. Right click on this. Try to right click on this. Now let's bring it here. Okay, then I think that's all. Sure. So okay, let's go to this. Go to Saba. I think it will be hiding over there. It is here, and all the other halls, they will bring you to the dashboard. Now that you are done with this, you are going to design our dashboard. So we create a dashboard, but before that, let's quickly do something. Okay, let's quickly do something. We still need to delete this again. We need to delete this again. So the painful aspect of this whole management system If you are not done with one and you copy it, you have wasted your time. Now, how do we get the males and the females and their total? So we want to count the names, right? We want to count the gender to see. So let me go to mine and copy some data from Commonwealth. Let me just copy some data here. Let me copy some data here and just put it anywhere here. So it means I have some names. Yes, I have some names here. Okay, good. Now, so the first one, let's choose a gender for the first one. So let's say the first one is a male. Okay, the second is also a male. Then let's say this is a female. Let's choose some gender. Let's drag this to get more. So let's say this person, then these two, let's give them male. Oh, male. So now, how do we count the number of males here? So I showed you a function called COUNTIF. COUNTIF. So what the COUNTIF does is, if you look at this, the COUNTIF is taking a range. The range represents the columns from which you want to count. So you select the column to the length that you are interested. So what you are saying is, we want to count everything in column B14 to B108. Where then the criteria is where the gender is what? Male. Where the gender is male. Where the gender is male. So now, this is not giving me, my God, I am doing wrong thing, please. I am counting B instead of C. B instead of C. You know the B is named. So there's no name called male. You get it? Now you see we have the gender. Let me make it bold or something. I told you all the editing, I'll leave them for you to do. I'm just teaching you the formulas, not the editing. So this, what it does is COUNTIF. So what the COUNTIF does is go to C14 to see what? 108. Go here. Sorry, C. Go here. Check everything. If there is any male, count them. So we have 5 males. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if we add plenty to it, it's going to increase. The same way we want to also, let me pick the colors and everything for this. So what I want to do is I also want to count the female. So I choose COUNTIF. Then the range is going to be the same range I selected here. I'm going to select the range where the gender is what? Female. So if there is any word called female over there, print that name. And this tells me that we have what? 5 females. So read through the code carefully and understand it for yourself. Now I want to count the total number of students. How do we count the total? We can't simply add the male and female to get the total. This is because sometimes someone will come to church and they enter the detail and they will fail to enter the gender. They will move on to the other one. So if you always use the gender, add the gender to find the total, you always be wrong. So always use their name. There is no way someone will come and they will not take the person's name. Obviously, they might take the name of the person, but it's the other details that they will not take it. So always pay attention to this. Let's move on. All right, so now that we are done, let's do that for the total. I told you count all the cells, whether they have numbers, they have names, text, or anything. But if you use count will only count where there are numerals, that is numbers over there. So you are going to use the counter function. Then the counter function says Okay, so if you use a counter, it says what? Value 1, value 2, value 3. So you are picking all the values that it is counting. So what are you going to count? We are going to count all these cells. Okay, so let's count here. Count everything to the length that we want to choose. Hit enter, and it is telling us that we have only 10 people here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that is basically that. Okay, but it checks something. You see, the male alone is what? 9. So if you add 9 and 5, you are supposed to get 14, but the total number of people are what? 10. So it means these people, we have not added their details. So if I start adding anything, you see that the total will be increasing. The total will increase until I am done. You see how it works. Okay, so that is basically what we have to do about this. So look at this. We are done with this. We are done with this. We are done with this and everything. The only thing left for us to do is the lookup function. Lookup functions. From that, we are going to draw our dashboard.